Hello, Toby Hodges from Yachting World. We're here at Grand Mott Boat Show, and this is one of the yachts I've been really looking forward to seeing because it's the first new Nautitech we've seen in 6 years, really, the first proper new model since that 46 launched in 2016. And this is the new 44 Open. So those familiar with Nautitech will know they've had a long history of building good quality cruising yachts and with good performance as well. They were bought by Bavaria, but then they've taken back their own name. All of the manufacturing stays in France, and they came out with the 40 and the 46 open and flybridge versions, and now this 44, which really renews the range. It's designed by Mark Lombard, and many people probably know I'm a big fan of his designs. I think that's very clever, but the styling on this boat and the shape really sort of stands out actually. I think they've done a great job throughout the boat in terms of styling, perceived quality and finish quality, and it sits in a good market area as well. We'll talk a bit more about that now. So the Aft Helms, central to philosophy. Real appeal of having these, especially for sailors coming from monohulls. They're used to sailing from further aft on the boat and a much more direct steering. So they've gone for, rather than raising these helms up, they've put these big glass panels in so that you get a good view through those coach roof windows when you are under sail. But you also have a feeling of protection here. You've got the bimini above you and a good stable seat behind. The other thing you'll notice is just how close the winch is for working the sailing systems as well. It's all very close to hand. And then you have these steep steps up to get onto the side decks, nice and wide. They've incorporated flush hatches here now as well, to make manoeuvring on deck a little bit easier. And you see a bit of that styling I was talking about from the black. It's the black and white theme really, from the cleats there to the long black strips here breaking up the white coach roof, solar panels on the top. And the other thing you might notice is how low the boom is as well. I do think these really are sailors' boats because, yeah, particularly not the flybridge ones, but they maximise sail area. They've got narrow hulls compared with the high volume yards. That's Bali over there, for example. Much narrower hull, so you lose some of that volume, but you gain that in performance. And part of that is the decision Nautitech made 2 years ago to not abandon the charter market, but to concentrate on private owners. So they now think they're selling basically to 90% private owners. And you'll see that in the interior, which is offered really essentially with 2 or 3 cabins. You can have 4 cabins, but with a workroom as well to really suit private owners. And those going long distance sailing. Nice big foredeck area, lovely place to relax back here. Sail locker, chain locker here, and you have the 2 forward sail lockers in the bows as well. Steps up onto the coach roof to make accessing the lazy bag a bit easier. Again, nice wide side deck coming back. And real benefit as well of having these aft helms is completely opens up this cockpit for relaxation area. So you get a massive, a massive saloon essentially, because central to the open format of Nautitech is not repeating furniture, so you don't have an outdoor and an indoor saloon. You just have one main saloon dining area, which is under the cover of the hard bimini, which leaves, you know, a small sofa inside as well. Exterior fridge, lots of lounging area. Really like the extension of these windows here, so you can sit in under here, be fully protected. You can see where the fabrics join here to enclose this cockpit as well. So this interior has been designed with Nautitech and Lombard, but by Christophe Chadal-Anglais, and if you recognise the name, it's because he did the Gunboat 68 as well. And again, as I mentioned, it's a high attention to styling. His concept was to come up with this central island bar area, which divides the galley and nav station relaxation area. Works really well. It's more like, you know, the sort of thing you would have in your home, is to have you know, a division or a social island area. Put your drinks on, that sort of thing. Really important for cruising sailors to have a proper nav station desk area where they can work and they can keep a good eye on what's going on. For sitting here, you have good ventilation out of those forward windows, but also, you know, really good vision forward. 2 hatches above, so you can look up to the mainsail, again with more ventilation, and yeah, nice place to stand watch, really, within sight of whoever's on the helm as well. Moving down into the port side, this is the owner's hull, so you can have it as is in this one, full hull, or you can have another cabin up there, but if you do that you end up having a workroom in the other hull. So you can see, if we start up here, you'll see what I mean a little bit about them being narrower hulls, but you will gain that performance out of it. So you should be sailing at, you know, higher speeds, higher average speeds, more comfort than the sort of bigger, higher volume catamarans that appeal more for the charter market. Really nice, really nice quality of finish on it. So this is Alpi they've used. It's a light oak. It's yeah, nice finish on it. Really appealing. So yeah, huge ensuite bathroom here with a separate heads in the centre. You've got a sort of changing area here, plenty of stowage inboard, and then the double berth with access inside there. Long hull windows, providing a lot of light as well. Increased amount of port hull light from the hulls was yeah, another thing that Nautitech wanted to bring in with this model. Really nice galley area, moulded resin worktops they do in house. Yeah, plenty of cold stowage as well. And then move down into the starboard hull, where you have, in this format, this is a 3 cabin one, so you can have 2, 3 or 4 cabins. And if you have, this is the area that could be changed into a utility cabin, so a work room, laundry room, storage, that sort of thing. But in this, so if you, the other thing to mention is if you could have this style of cabin on the port owner's hull as well to make it a 4 cabin, but most will probably go with a 2 or 3. Separate heads and shower, which is shared by these cabins. Again, you see here the amount of natural light flooding into this area. So this boat starts at 540,000 euros. Although fitted out to the standard what we're seeing here, this boat exhibited is another 200 to 739,000 euros ex VAT.